Hey everyone, how's it going? Today we're going to be breaking down Desert Rain Beard Co. And it's one of those brands where the name really does fit the experience. Meaning that when I put these in beard, they automatically give me that Arizona or that New Mexico desert air kind of feel. There's two scents that really pulled me into what Desert Rain is really building here. And that's going to be the Moonlit Ascension and Camping Trip. So we're going to break down these two oils, slow it down a little bit, break down the scents. But first, let's break down the blend, the labels, and then we'll start getting into these amazing scents. For anybody new here, I'm Dave, and welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping in. On this channel, we talk about beard care. We talk about product reviews, grooming routines, and the importance of taking care of yourself beyond the beard. And if that sounds like something you're into, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. If you wouldn't mind, hit the like on this video. It's the best way of showing support to the channel. Let's get through the intro, and we're going to get right in to Desert Rain. So before we get into the scents, let's start with the carrier blend. You're starting off with things like jojoba, argan, prickly pear seed oil, marula oil, sweet almond oil, castor oil, meadowfoam seed oil. And with this carrier oil blend, even with the castor oil in there, I want to say that this is going to hit like right at that medium viscosity. And the one that really jumps out to me is that prickly pear seed oil. It's not one you see very often, but for a name like Desert Rain, it really makes sense. It really fits that Arizona desert identity of this brand. And if you guys didn't know, prickly pear oil is known for being very rich in vitamin E, which is going to help support and condition the skin underneath the beard. It gives the oil a little more identity, and it brings it back to what the company is building. I want to go ahead and talk about the labels real quick. The labels are really good. You're definitely getting that desert theme in there, which is great for a company called Desert Rain. Now, the font on here definitely hits me as Southwest Arizona type feel. Great idea on the font with this. I will say though, on the darker labels, such as this one right here, I would maybe lighten up the logo itself. That way it kind of stands out a little bit more. Remember, we shop with our eyes first. And this is not a major issue, guys. You can read it and it can be read clearly. I think just a little bit of contrast on the logo versus the label is going to make a world of difference for them. And before we start breaking down those two scents that I really want to dig into, I do have a couple of quick mentions for you guys, such as the Cold Stress, which I had mentioned earlier. This one is the all EO scent. This is going to be for those guys that like that tea tree peppermint kind of vibe. Let's open this one up real quick, give it a quick sniff. You definitely get the peppermint and the tea tree in there. I almost wish that the tea tree was dialed back just a little bit so you can get more of that blue chamomile in there. I will say that if you're an essential oils kind of guy and you really like that tea tree oil, Cold Stress is probably going to be right up your alley. And another one I'm going to do a quick mention on, that one is going to be the highly regarded from Desert Rain. This is going to be for those guys that love that leather. This is going to be one of those leather scents that's blended really well. You're going to get the other scents in there. So if you like the leather, the warm tobaccos, the musk, this is probably going to be the one for you. Now, even though I'm not crazy about leather, this one is a masculine scent. And I can honestly say it may not be for me, but I do know a few people that are going to love this scent. Now I'm going to go ahead and break down those two scents that I really want to talk about. That's going to be the Moonlit Ascension and the Camping Trip, because both of these not only just hit me as these are great scents, but it puts me in a place. And if you can get a beard oil that's going to kind of set you in an area, that's something special. And for these two, they just put me in that Arizona desert in the evening kind of vibe. We're going to open up Moonlit Ascension. We're going to give it a smell. We're going to see what we get out of it. Right away out of the bottle, you get that smoother, slightly sweet side. It's not candy sweet, not sugary, but there's a subtle sweetness here. I think it's that vanilla. It's really smoothing out that whole profile. I do pick up that slightly floral side too. It's not a strong floral scent, and I wouldn't even say that it is a rose or a very strong flower floral kind of scent. It's one of those that would kind of remind me of what you would find out in the desert, that kind of floral. It's not perfume-like, it's kind of underneath the scent. And one of the things I like about Moonlit Ascension the most, I think, is that sage starts coming through, and it really helps the profile to not be too sweet. So out of the bottle, Moonlit Ascension just kind of hits me as a smooth, slightly sweet, very lightly floral, but balanced oil. And another thing that I really like about the Moonlit Ascension is that once you get it in beard, none of those scents are overpowering the others. They're balanced really well. You're going to get all those different scents in beard. The scent on this one's going to probably last you between 4 to 6 hours. Really good scent. And it's just going to be there. It's not going to be a punch you in the face, but you're going to know that it's there. And the next one I'm going to break down is camping trip. I'm going to take the camping trip, open it up, and let's see what we get out of it. Now, first off, this one really surprised me because when you hear something like camping trip, you're automatically expecting a strong pine kind of scent or really, really dark woodsy kind of scent. That's not what this is. Now, out of the bottle, the pine is there. It's just subtle and it's not what I expected. I can pick it up, but it's not blasting out of the bottle. It's more earthy, rustic woods first. And you get that fresh air kind of quality. Now, I'm not talking about like an ocean breeze kind of fresh air. I'm talking like the fresh air that you think that you would get in the cool evenings in the desert. That's what amazes me about these two scents. It's not soapy and it's not a cologne style. It's more of a cleaner, open air kind of freshness. This does not go into that strong pine, like that Christmas tree kind of direction. It's not overly smoky either. You do get a little bit of sense of smoke in there. It gives you that outdoorsy feel, but it's more subtle than your typical camping scent. So overall, here's where I'm at with Desert Rain Beard Co. It is run by Dave and Dave, two great guys. Love their name. Veteran owned business, and I absolutely love that. The carrier blend is strong. I'll say this is like right at that medium viscosity. It's not too thick and it's not too thin. Now, it does have the prickly pear seed oil in there, which is not just a gimmick. It's that vitamin E that really works well with your skin to condition your skin. Now, I know some of you guys have traveled and you guys have gone through Arizona. You picked up some of those prickly pear candies. Don't worry, it is not sticky. It feels smooth. And honestly, I think the prickly pear seed oil is just one of those things with this company being an Arizona-based company and being a desert theme just fits this company so well, and it's an amazing carrier. I would like to see a little more readability with maybe just a slight contrast change on some of the darker labels when it comes to the logo. Your logo is your brand, let it stand out. But that also feels like a polish point as they grow. Cold stress is going to be for those guys that love those essential oils, those tea trees, those peppermints. That's going to be the one for you. The highly regarded is going to be for those guys that love those leather scents, but it has some backbone with other scents in there, such as the tobaccos. I will say the ones that really pulled me in was the Moonlit Ascension and the camping trip. Those just hit Arizona desert to me and put me in the place. When you can find a beard oil that not only smells great, but it can create a certain feeling with you, put you in a certain place, set you in a certain atmosphere, give you a certain vibe, that's when it's more interesting to talk about. And in my opinion, that's one thing that Desert Rain is doing really well. They're giving you that desert identity. Now, for a company that just started in 2025, now this is a new company. They have a solid foundation. Right now, they're currently selling products through their local markets and through Etsy right now. They are working on building a full-blown website, and they've also mentioned that they're currently thinking about starting butters and balms. So I'm interested to see what they have coming, and I look forward to trying them when they do. But remember, guys, building a website, building from the ground up on a new company, it takes time and it takes patience. The identity's there. Now let's see where they're going to run with it. And here we are at the end of the video, guys. If you're curious about Desert Rain and their products, leave it down in the comments. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you guys have. Do me a favor, if you like the video, hit that thumbs up. Consider subscribing. That is the best way to support the channel. And you guys already know how we close this out. Remember, your mental health is a priority, your happiness is essential, and your self-care is a necessity. I'm Dave, and I was born bearded. Love you guys.